Imagine this. A natural life stage experienced by half the population is silently derailing careers and shrinking paychecks, yet it's rarely discussed. Menopause, a universal transition for women, comes with a host of well-known symptoms, like hot flashes and mood swings. But there's a hidden consequence that's flying under the radar. Its devastating impact on women's earnings. And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about personal discomfort, it's a systemic issue with far-reaching economic implications. New research from scientists in Norway and Sweden has uncovered a startling trend. Women's careers take a significant hit once menopause begins. The financial repercussions start at diagnosis and worsen over time, creating what experts are calling a menopause penalty. But here's where it gets controversial. This penalty is most severe for women without college degrees, particularly those in small, private sector firms. Why? Because these workplaces often lack the resources or awareness to provide adequate support. Casey Fleming, a psychologist and founder of the Fuchsia Tent, puts it bluntly. This 10% earnings drop in symptomatic perimenopausal women reveals a massive system failing. Both healthcare and organizations need to step up. In Norway, for instance, a menopause diagnosis led to a 10% reduction in earnings within 4 years, largely because women felt compelled to reduce their hours or exit their careers prematurely. The scale of this penalty rivals other major economic setbacks, like job displacement. Lauren DeRis, COO of the HRT Club, highlights a painful truth. Women are often stigmatized for experiencing symptoms like hot flashes, and their visible effects can sideline them in the workplace. She argues that workplaces must foster an environment of understanding and support, helping women thrive rather than feel marginalized during this natural life stage. Stanford researchers analyzed Scandinavian population data and found compelling evidence. Menopause directly causes a loss of earnings. By comparing newly diagnosed women to their undiagnosed peers, they isolated menopause as the root cause of this economic penalty. Here's the silver lining. A Swedish study included in the Stanford report showed that timely diagnosis and hormone replacement therapy, HRT, can prevent this financial loss. When women received proper care, their earnings remained significantly higher. Yet, in the U.S., where about 20% of the labor force consists of women nearing or in menopause, the workplace offers no safety net. Some women are forced to rely on disability insurance, framing menopause as an individual failing rather than a treatable condition. Petra Persson, who led the Stanford research, points out the irony. We have policies for parental leave and health-related productivity dips, so why not for menopause? The lack of accommodations is staggering. Fleming notes that companies are essentially discarding 20 years of strategic thinking and problem-solving expertise by failing to support midlife women. The global productivity losses, a whopping $150 billion, with healthcare costs soaring past $600 billion. And here's a thought-provoking question. If hormone replacement therapies are affordable and effective, why aren't they more accessible? Amy Epstein-Gluck, a workplace compliance expert, adds another layer. Menopause symptoms often peak when women are at the height of their careers, which can derail them without accommodations. While menopause itself isn't classified as a disability under the ADA, its symptoms can severely limit major life activities, warranting workplace adjustments. Simple measures like temperature control, flexible scheduling, and remote options could make a world of difference. Fleming sums it up perfectly. It's not the biology that's disabling. It's the lack of information, treatment access, and workplace support. So, here's the big question. Is it time for a cultural shift in how we approach menopause, both in healthcare and the workplace? Let's start the conversation. What do you think?